Namaskaram friends. So in this video I am going to talk about economic development and issues which are from the first week of January 2023. So in this discussion video I am going to talk about six different topics, and all these topics are related with economy, agriculture, development, and some a bit of like pension schemes, trade policies, as well as vibrant village program like this. But all these six topics are very much directly connected with the economic development. Okay, so let's start the today's discussion. First one is vibrant village program. Okay, as the name suggests, vibrant village program, that means this scheme is related with the development of village, and this is announced in the union budget financial year 2022-23. So in the union budget of the financial year 2023, VVP Vibrant Village Program was. VVP is aiming at enhancing infrastructure. Remember, this program is aimed at enhancing infrastructure in villages along India's border with China, not in all the villages, in villages which are along the India's border with China. When you look at the map of India, okay, we know that here China is present. So here our state like Himachal, Uttarakhand, then here Assam, here Arunachal Pradesh. This one is Nepal, so this is not our own country. So Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh. So villages from all these four states which are bordering the China border, in that villages infrastructure activity is going on, or through this scheme infrastructure activity is enhanced along the entire border with China. States like Himachal, Uttarakhand, and Arunachal. Assam is there, but I think, yeah, Assam is not touching the boundary of China. It is touching the boundary of Nepal as well as Sikkim. So I'm sorry, Assam is not there. Himachal, Uttarakhand, as well as Arunachal. Activities under the VVP include building infrastructure such as housing. So under this activity, under this activity, building of housing, tourist center, road connectivity, providing decentralized renewable energy, direct to home access for Doordarshan and educational channels, and support for livelihood generation. So all the important areas. Remember, first of all, of housing, so that people live in a good house. When we provide house, then road connectivity. When road connectivity are good, houses are present, tourists come. So tourist centers. If tourists come, houses are present, road are present, energy is required. So providing decentralized renewable energy. Then all these are present, people are living, tourists are there. So people who are living in there provide DTH for education as well as for Doordarshan, and also support for livelihood. So people who are living there for their support. So through tourist center, livelihood of the people is generated. Through direct to home education and Doordarshan, people get education and employed. Okay, by providing decentralized renewable energy, we provide energy as well as reduce the climate change impact due to this. So remember, state in which this infrastructure is enhancing as well as its benefit. Okay, so this one is a very small topic related to VVV Vibrant Village Program. The main topic is just to remember the state where it is in infrastructure, where enhancing of infrastructure is going on in which villages, as well as benefit providing or infrastructure building activity provided in which area. So in this, through this picture, you can clearly see a village in the remotest, or you can say in the bordering village of China. And here we build, let's say, housing. Here we build house. Then tourists, let's say here we build house. Here we build tourist center. Here decentralized renewable energy. Then direct to home Doordarshan education as well as livelihood, connectivity to road. So all these things are connected and help in the development of village in a holistic. Okay. Now let's move on to the next topic called Indian Patent Act 1970. It replaced the Indian Patent and Drugs Act 1911. Okay, by replacing this act, new act is on Indian Patent Act. The act was amended by the Patent Amendment Act 2004. 2005, this act is amended. Earlier it replaced, then it is amended in 2005, wherein जहां wherein means where product patent was extended to all fields of technology. Okay, here product patent was extended to all fields of technology, including blood, food, drugs, chemicals, and microorganisms. Okay, so this act amended in 2005, and wherein product patent was extended to earlier product patent are not extended to all fields of technology, but by the amending this act in 2005, we include all fields of technology like food, drugs, chemicals, and microorganisms. After the amending this act in 2005, the provision related to exclusive marketing rights, or you can say EMRs, have been repealed. So remember, after the amendment, provision related to exclusive marketing rights. That means some company have exclusive marketing rights, and other people are not using that technology. But EMR is repealed after the amendment, and provision for enabling grant of compulsory license have been introduced. That means if need of this product is in emergency, need of this product is very much necessary and people are not affording it, then government of any country enable grant of compulsory license. That means given compulsory licenses to other companies to produce that product, and also exclusive marketing right has been repealed. By repealing that right, it enables the grant of compulsory license to introduce compulsory license and repealed EMR. Remember, very important. The provision related to pre-grant and post-grant opposition have also been introduced. That means companies can lodge their complaint regarding pre-grant and post-grant, and this is introduced in this amendment act. Because when government give pre-grant, some concerns are present in the companies which are initially produce or make that product. So pre-grant and pro-grant opposition are also introduced in this act. Article 3D, remember Article 3D of the Indian Patent Act prevents the mere discovery of a new property. Okay, if any company just discover a new property of any product or new use of a known substance, let's say turmeric. If you introduce a new use of turmeric or new property of turmeric, that means earlier it is beneficial for health, now it is beneficial for you can say some product. So just by mere discovery of a new property, remember property or new use of a substance from being patented. Okay, so Indian Patent Act prevent it. If you just discover a new property or new use, Indian Patent Act prevent it from patented as an invention. Okay, this is Indian Patent Act said that under Article 3D, this mere discovery or new use of any product is not as an invention, and it protect it as patented unless it enhances the efficacy of the substance repetitively. If a new discovery is increase the efficacy, then companies patented that product, otherwise not. This prevents what is known as evergreening of product. Earlier companies are given, but just by giving a mere new property of any substance or new use of any substance, they again renew their patent mechanism, and in this manner, after every, let's say for 20 years patent is given. So when 90 years complete, in the 20th year they discover a new property or new use and then again take patent for the next 20 years. So in this manner they evergreen their patent. That's why provision is under Article 3D Indian Patent Act prevented that misconduct. Okay. In respect of each of the main areas of the intellectual property, in respect of each of the main areas of intellectual property covered by the TRIPS cover the main areas of intellectual property. So in respect of each of the main areas of intellectual property covered under the TRIPS agreement, the agreement set out the minimum standards of protection to be provided by each member. So each member set out a minimum standards of protection. Because under TRIPS, main areas of intellectual property is covered. So TRIPS agreement said that each member country provide a minimum standard protection for their product. Okay, so remember this one is also very important. TRIPS is coming into play, evergreening is coming into play, Article 3D is coming into play, and then patent is coming into place. So this area is very. So I hope you understand the whole idea of patent and where the international body organization are involved into it and what how company misuses their benefit which are provided by the government of countries, government of different countries. So I hope you understand the whole idea of Indian Patent Act. So this picture you can clearly see it is a law. In many countries it is a law and you cannot violate it, and patent are given on different products like on your trademark, on your products, on you can say intellectual product or just physical product like music, a unique dance, a unique book. So on all this on all these things patents are given. Now let's move on to the next topic called FATF grey list. Countries considered as safe haven for supporting terror funding and money laundering are put in the FATF grey list. Okay. So country, let's say Pakistan, considered as a safe haven. So this country is considered as a safe haven for supporting terror funding and money laundering, providing fund to the terrorists as well as converting white money into a black money. So money laundering and terror funding activity is going on in this country, and this country is a safe haven for these types of activity. So FATF, so that country is fall into the FATF grey list. What is FATF? Financial Action Task Force. That force put that country in a grey list of activity. While the word grey and black list do not exist in the official FATF lexicon. So in official FATF lexicon, grey and black list are not exist. They designate countries that need to work on complying with FATF directives. So in the this is a general term used by the you can say people, but it is not. It does not exist in the official FATF lexicon. They designate country. FATF lexicon designate country that they designate countries first need to work on complying with FATF directives and those who are non-compliant. So FATF lexicon designate who need to work on complying and which one is non-complying on that list. Okay, so who are complying or country which are need to work on complying with FATF list, they put it into a gray category. Who are not complying or put it into a black list. Okay, so in for example here I take an example of Pakistan. So Pakistan need to work on complying with FATF, and that country need to work on complying on that. If not, if non-compliant, then we put that country in the black list. At the end of every plenary meeting, comprehensive meeting. So at the end of every plenary meeting, FATF comes out with a two list of countries. Okay, two list of countries, black and grey. The grey countries are designated as these grey countries are designated as jurisdiction under increased monitoring. Remember, jurisdiction under increased monitoring. That country have a jurisdiction in this area, but under increased monitoring. Whatever you do, increased monitoring is provided to you. That means you can say a type of restriction. Other FATF organization watch upon your activity. Working with the FATF to counter criminal financial activity. Okay. So to counter the criminal financial activity that will be provided to the terrorist organization or through or converting black money to white money to black money. So for this, for tackling, for countering this activity, increased monitoring on their jurisdiction is happen by the FATF members. For such countries, like for grey countries, for such countries, the watchdog does not tell other members. For such country, watchdog does not tell other members to carry out due diligence measure vis-a-vis the listed country, but does tell them to consider the risk such country poses. Okay, so for such country, like for grey country who are need to follow the directives of FATF, for such country, the watchdog, which means FATF does not tell other members to carry out due diligence measure vis-a-vis the listed country. Okay, so FATF for grey list country, FATF do not tell other member to carry out due diligence member and vis-a-vis a listed country also, but does tell them to consider the risk such country poses. Okay, so let's say FATF tell USA to carry out consider the risk posed by Pakistan, but not due diligence measure carried out by the US. So for understanding purpose, remember, let's say Pakistan is in a grey list, USA is not a red list. So FATF give a task to USA, do not carry out due diligence measure on a Pakistan as well as on other listed country, but consider the risk such country poses. Because if this country, if FATF not monitoring that country, then terrorist activity is going on in that country and it is spreading the whole world. Money laundering is going on and it spread in the whole world, and it created a problem for economy, for security, for the well-being of the people of different countries. That's why this watchdog put country in a gray list, blacklist, in gray list, then in gray list country which are need to work on complying with the FATF directives, and it tell other member to carry out to consider the risks as country poses, but do not carry out a due diligence measure. Okay. I hope you understand the idea of FATF. Here you can clearly see the flag of FATF, Financial Action Task Force. Now let's move on to the next topic called National Pension Scheme, NPS. The issue of the old pension scheme OPS versus the new pension scheme NPS has dominated news since a long time. Since a long time, this debate is going on, which some people demand OPS, some people demand NPS. Many political debate is going on this topic. So this topic is very much in news. NPS, National Pension Scheme. Some state government recently announced their plan to implement the OPS by replacing the national pension scheme. Some state government like Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh recently announced that they implement the OPS and replace the NPS. NPS is a pension cum investment. NPS is a pension cum investment. That means it deduct money from the employee of the government, people who are employed in the government, and invest that money in different schemes, and whatever benefit they get, they provide this benefit to the employee whose money is deducted earlier, and launched by the government of India to provide old age security to citizens of India. Let's say people who are working in the age group 40 to 60, government deduct money from the employee of this age group, and after the retirement after 60, they give this money in terms, and also some interest. For example, let's say each month they deposited 5,000. So after the retirement, each month government give them, let's say 10,000, because 5,000 their money and 5,000 extra on return whatever the government take or get. It brings an attractive long-term saving avenue. NPS brings an attractive long-term saving avenue to effectively plan your retirement through the safe and regulated market-based return. Okay, so this is the investment come. This NPS is a investment. Just a minute. Pension come investment scheme. That means government invested whatever return they get, they provide it to the citizens. They provide to the employee who are taking NPS or who are employed in a government service or government deducted that money. So it brings the attractive long-term saving avenue to effectively plan your retirement through safe and regulated market-based return. Okay, market provide a safe, because it is in the hand of the government. Okay, so it is just safe. Okay, it is not very volatile, and you can say get your desired return. The scheme is regulated by the PFRD, Pension Fund Regulatory Authority. NPST, National Pension System Trust, established by the PFRD, is a registered owner of all assets under NPS. All assets under NPS. That means, let's say, employee from the age group of this age, whatever money is, whatever money is from the employee of 60 is collected by the government, all that money is, owner of all that money is NPST, National Pension System Trust, and it is established by RBA, and this NPST is a registered owner. Any individual citizen of India, both resident and non-resident. Remember, any individual citizen of India, resident or non-resident, in the age group of 80 to 70. I take here example of 30 to 60, but here 80 to 70 as on the date of submission of the NPS can join NPS. Okay, so any people who are in the age group of 80 to 70 can join NPS. Let's say my age is 25 years, very easily I join NPS, National Pension Scheme, and this scheme is a pension come investment scheme, and you got pension after retirement, and it is a in a safe hand of a government, because government invest that money in different sectors which are, you can say, give a good return. So I hope you understand the whole idea of NPS. Through this picture you can clearly see NPS, National Pension Scheme for old age or your retirement plan, and you can say collect your money after your retirement. Now let's move on to the next topic called cooperatives. Cooperatives are organizations formed at the grassroots level. So at the grassroots level, cooperatives are formed. These are organizations formed at the grassroots level by people to harness the power of collective bargaining in the marketplace. Let's say there are 10 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people. If they individually sell any product, sometimes they gain profit, sometimes they lose. That means it is a volatile, and it is same for other people. But if they collectively come and collect their produce and go into the market, so it is very sure that if they have a large amount of product, so any, let's say, any buyer buy all the product, or they can sell all the product to a whole in a wholesale manner to a bigger customer. So it is profitable for that, you can say people, for 10 people, and it also increase the bargaining power of collective bargaining power of that farmer, because they can protest, they can raise their concern to the government that our product is not selling. If you are individually, if anyone cannot protest individually, but in a group they can protest, they can raise their issue and also what they want from the government. So cooperative or organization formed at the grassroots level by the people to harness the power of collective bargaining in the marketplace. Remember, this can mean different kinds of arrangements, such as this means a different kind of arrangement, such as using a common resource or sharing capital. For example, let's say if they want to build a dairy farm, so each farmer contribute their resource. You can say invest their resources in building it, and whatever profit they get after 2 years, 3 years, they distribute collectively in each and every farm. So different kinds of agreements, such as using a common resource or sharing capital, derive of common gain that would otherwise be difficult for an individual producer. Because individual producer do not, you can say, build a, let's say, dairy farm, dairy, you can say, factory, or you can say small dairy factory, and not, it is not very profitable for them. Let's say there are 10 people, each have a 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Okay, but by building a dairy company, they need, let's say, 60 lakh. So individual cannot build a dairy company, but if people come together, they invested 60,000 from each people, then a dairy product is built, and whatever profit they get after selling the product, after processing the product, they distribute it between them. So it is very easy if they invest their sharing capital and resource for development of any cooperative and benefited from it after investing their initial capital, their raw material, their resources. In agriculture, cooperative dairy, sugar mills, spinning mill, etc. are formed with pooled resource of farmers who wish to process their produce. Okay, many people want to process their dairy, want to process their sugar cane, want to process their cotton. So they come together and build, or you can say, build cooperative dairy where milk is processed, sugar mills where sugar cane is processed, and after that sugar is formed, spinning mills where cotton is processed and cloths are formed. So these are the example of cooperative. Cooperatives are state subject. That means it fall under the state, under the constitution. Under the constitution, cooperatives are in a state. But remember, if that cooperative is distributed in different state, then it is registered themselves in a different act called MSCS, I think, Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act. So cooperatives are state subject under the constitution, meaning they come under the state government jurisdiction. Center have a no role to play. State government have a sole jurisdiction on cooperatives are from the state government. But there are many societies whose members are members and areas are operated or spread across more than one state. Okay, so there are many societies. There are some society who are situated in one state only, but there are many societies whose members as well as area are operated in a different state. So cooperative of more than one state are registered under the Multi-State Cooperative Society Act 2022 (MSCA), and their board of directors has representation from all states they operate in. Remember, it is a state subject, but if your cooperatives are spread in different states, so in the board of directors, representation from all the states are there. Let's say mother dairy, which is very much prevalent in Haryana, Delhi, Rajasthan. So in that, for that dairy, members are present in Rajasthan also, Haryana also, Punjab also. So in the boards of director, representation from Haryana, from Punjab, from Delhi are there. Representative from all these three states are there in the board of directors. Administrative and financial control. Remember, administrative and financial controls of these societies are with the central registrars. MSCS, cooperatives which are registered under the multi-state cooperative society, their administration and financial control are with the central registrar, with the law making it clear that no state government official can wield any control over them. Okay, if cooperatives are spread in more than one state, then administration and financial control of these societies are with the central registrar, and a law is made which ensure that no state government official can wield any control over them. Through the 97th, remember, through the 97th Constitutional Amendment, Part 11, 9th, the cooperative societies were inserted into the Constitution. So through the 97th Constitutional Amendment, remember, through the 97th Constitutional Amendment, Part 9B is inserted into the Constitution. Part 9B, 97th Amendment. The right to form cooperative society was included as a right to freedom. Okay, so if I want to form a cooperative society, so it is included under my right to freedom under Article 19(1) of Part 3 of the Constitution. We know that under Part 3, fundamental rights are given, and in 19(1)(a), in 19(1), right to freedom, Article 19(1), right to freedom is given. So right to form a cooperative society was included as right to freedom under Article 19(1), Part 3 of the Constitution. In addition to this, Article 43, which is Directive of State Policy, which talk about promotion of cooperative societies, were also inserted as one of the DPSP of the Constitution of India. So remember three important points. Article 19(1)(a), right to freedom. Through this, it is your right to form a cooperative. Article 43(b), promotion of cooperative society, is a DPSP. DPSP come under Part 4, this come under Part 3, and through 97th Amendment, Part 9(b) is inserted in the Constitution. And Part 9(b) all about the cooperatives. Okay, this talk about the promotion of cooperative. 91 talk about right to form a cooperative. When you want to form a cooperative, you can form it under because it is right given in the Constitution under the form of Article 19(1)(a). For the promotion, DPSP Article 43(b) is given, and insertion of cooperatives in the Constitution is happened through the 97th Constitution Amendment. So I hope you understand the whole idea of cooperative. This is a picture. Through this, you can understand cooperatives, organization, goods, what is going on within. So this is just a rough picture of cooperatives. Now let's move on to the last topic called Harmonized System of Nomenclature Code, or HSN. Harmonized System of Nomenclature Code. HSN stands for Harmonized System of Nomenclature Code. Simply we call it HSN, or Harmonized System of Nomenclature Code. It is mandatory for both business to business and business to companies tax invoices on the supply of goods and services. So this HSN is mandatory for both B2B and B2C tax invoices. It is introduced in 1998 by the WCO, World Customs Organization. In 1988, HSN is introduced by the WCO. This was introduced for a systematic classification of goods, both national and international. So this HSN is introduced for a systematic classification. Remember, systematic classification of goods, both at national and international level. The 6-digit code that classify various products. HSN is a 6-digit code which classify the various products. India has begun using HSN since 1986. It is introduced by the WCO in 1988, but India start using HSN since 1986 only to classify commodity for customs and central excise. Okay, so India uses HSM to classify commodity for custom as well as central excise. HSM is used also for collecting excise duty and GST. So HSM can apply for customs and GST. The codes prescribed in the custom tariffs are used for GST purpose too. Okay, so this code is provided for custom tariffs as well as for central excise. It also used for the GST purpose. HSN is used all over the world. It is not a regional thing. It is used all over the world. There are different HSN codes for various commodities. Let's say there are one commodity here. Let's say here apparel, here shoes, here plastics. So HSN for different product is different. HSN code remove the need to upload details about the goods. Okay, this code remove the need to upload details about goods. Let's say you sell shoes, let's say 100 pair of shoes. So this HSN remove the need to upload details about your goods, which makes filing the GST return easier. Very simple. Then you do not have to upload the list of your goods and you can say tax authorities access that data from the HSN code. Then it is very easy for you to file GST return. HSN code is required for anything. Okay, HSN code is required for anything from any animal product. Let's say your shoes, which is made up of leather, mineral product, let's say water, plastic article, let's say buckets, your footwear, arms and ammunition, and machinery. Okay, so for anything, arms and ammunition, like for a revolver, machinery, let's say for a car, footwear, your shoes, plastic article, let's say your bucket, mineral products, let's say some water mineral or other product which contain mineral, animal product like meat, fishes, on anything, on everything, on anything related to this HSN code is required for them. Okay, so additional information related to HSN. India is a member of WCO since 1971. In WCO introduced HSN in 1988 and India introduced it in 1986. Custom and central excise added 2 more digits to make the code more precise, resulting in a 8-digit plus. Okay, so custom and central excise of India added 2 more code to make it precise. The WCO developed it as a multi-purpose international product nomenclature. WCO developed HSN as a multi-purpose international product nomenclature that first come into effect in 1988 with the vision of facilitating the classification of goods all over the world in a systematic manner. So by using the HSN code, transportation or you can say classification of good is happening in a systematic manner in the whole world. So this code is very important, and countries from different countries add extra number to HSN to classify their product in a systematic manner. So India uses 2 other, so it makes the HSN code 6 in India, and they classify goods in a more systematic manner. So I hope you understand the whole idea of HSN. So this picture you can clearly see HSN for clothes, for fruits, for gifts, for lights, for your machinery, for your food articles, for everything HSN code is applied. It is a 6 digit by WCO and 8 for Indian to segregate goods in a systematic way for customs and excise. So I hope you understand the whole topic of today's discussion. First one is related to VBP Vibrant Village Program. Second one is related to, I think, FATF Grey List. Third one is related to cooperatives. Fourth one is related to NPS. Fifth one is related to HSN. And sixth one is related to, one thing is I'm missing, I think, patent. Yeah. So Vibrant Village Program, this village is meant for the in the state, let's say Himachal, Uttarakhand, and Arunachal Pradesh. So villages in that state, because this state border the China, infrastructure enhancement of infrastructure is going on in the housing, tourist center, decentralized distribution of renewable energy, DTH service for Doordarshan and educational purpose, as well as livelihood generation is going on through this program. FATF put release two list, grey list, black list, and countries which are in a grey list, they you can say release a guidelines so that that country follow the guidelines and improve their activity to come out from the FATF grey list. And these countries which are put on the grey list are because they are a safe haven for terrorist funding and money laundering. Cooperatives, we know that on a grassroots level, many people come together and form a cooperative for the so that they can pool their resources and create a company of, let's say, dairy, of you can say spinning or sugar mill, so that they process their product and whatever profit they gain, they distribute between them. Okay. So cooperative of two types, one is which is situated within a state, and one which is situated more than one state. So it is a state subject, but administration and financial resources, financial activities of this cooperatives come under the center, and state have no role to play. NPS, National Pension Scheme, it is a pension come investment scheme, and people in the age group of 80 to 70 can invest into it. And central government ensure that people who are registered into it get a desirable return after their HSN code, cost segregation of goods. And India uses it in 1986. India started using it in 1970. WCO introduced this for the whole world in 1988, and segregation of goods are taken place. Excise, it is also used for excise and GST collection. Okay, under patent, you know that Indian Patent Act 1970, it replaced Indian Patent Act 1911, and it is also amended in 2005, and it prohibits the evergreening of patent and introduce compulsory licensing. Okay, and it Article 3D of the Indian Patent Act said that just a new by discovering new property of new each are not a criteria for getting renewal of your old patent. Okay, so it restricts this and introduce the pre and post, you can say pre and post and I forgot what it is, just a minute. Pre-grant and post-grant opposition, here it is, forgot it. Okay, so I hope you understand the each and every topic in a good manner. Now we are going to solve one question on each and every topic. Okay, so questions are just solve each and every question, and by solving this question, you understand what is the significance of our understanding of each and every topic. First question is Vibrant Village Program Scheme M2. First, sustainable placements of a rural poor youth. You can say that improve watershed management practice to help farmers become more resilient to climate change. Develop urban cluster across rural India. Enhance infrastructure in villages along the Indian northern border. This one is most effective. Okay, this one is maybe, but this one is most effective. So option D is correct. Here I did not forget the option, so I have to first make it blur so that you are not seeing it and give me correct answer. Okay, so now let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statement. The Patent Amendment Act 2005 introduced the provision related to exclusive marketing rights. Yes, EMRs. The TRIPS agreement sets out the minimum standards of intellectual property protection to be provided by the each member. TRIPS agreement sets out the minimum standards of intellectual property protection each member. Yes, this one is correct. This one is also correct. Third one is preventing no substance from being patented as an investor unless it enhances the efficacy of substance. Preventing no substance from being patented as an invention unless it enhances the efficacy of a substance effectively known as preventing abdomen. Yes, this one is also. So all the statement 1, 2, and 3 is correct. That means option D is correct. Let's check we're on the right path or not. Option C is correct, 2 and 3. 1 is incorrect. The Patent Amendment Act 2005 introduced the provision relating to exclusive marketing right. No, it not introduced. I'm sorry. It not introduce. It restrict, or you can say it repeal EMR and introduce the, you can say here EMR is exclusive marketing right is repeal and compulsory licensing is given to other companies. This one is wrong. This one is wrong. Two is correct. It is not introduced EMR. It restrict, you can say repeal the EMR and introduce the compulsory licensing. Okay, so I'm sorry. First one is incorrect. So 2 and 3 is correct. Consider the following statement regarding FATF grey list. First one is countries considered as a safe haven for supporting terror funding and money laundering are putting FATF. Yes. The inclusion into grey list serve as a warning to the country that it may enter the blacklist. Yes. For such country listed in the grey list, FATF tell other members to carry out due diligence measure with the list. No, this is not. FATF not tell this. They tell just to monitor their activity, not carry out due diligence measures. So this is correct. 1 is correct, 2 is correct. That means option A is correct. Just check we're on the right path or not. Option A is correct. Option A is correct. Yes. Now let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statement regarding NPS National Pension. The scheme is directed by the RBI and PFRD. Pension Fund Regulatory Authority of India, PFRD, something. Only Indian citizens are eligible? No. Both resident and non-resident. The shift to NPS was undertaken due to concern over the coverage, sustainability, and scalability of the old pension. The shift to NPS due to concerns over the coverage, sustainability, and scalability. Maybe this one is correct. So option C is correct. Let's look on which option is correct. Option C is correct. Okay. It is for both resident and non-resident. It is not by RBI. And the shift of NPS on undertaken due to, because OPS not cover large people, sustainability is not good, and its scalability is not, or is also not good. So this one is true, this one is wrong. Now let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statement. Cooperatives or organizations formed at the grassroots level by people to harness the power of collective bargaining in the marketplace. Yes. Since the area of operation of cooperatives are spread across more than one state, the cooperatives are concurrent subject under the no. Promotion of cooperatives who are registered under multi-state cooperative societies. Their administrative and financial decisions are ordered under the central registrar, but it is not. This cooperatives is not in the concurrent list. It is under the state list. Promotion of cooperation society is also director principal of state council under yes. Under 43D, promotion of cooperative society is a part of DP. So 1 is correct, 3 is correct, but 2 is not correct. So option B is correct. Okay, option B, 1 and 3. Let's check we're on the right path or not. Option B is correct. We are on the right path. Now let's solve the last question. HSN. Consider the following statement regarding Harmonized System of Nomenclature HSN code. First one is, it is a multi-purpose international product nomenclature developed by the WCA, World something organization, but not WTO. World, what organization it is? I do not remember the name, but not WTO. This one is wrong. It was developed with the vision of facilitating the classification of goods all over the world in a system. Yes. In India, HSN code applied to custom and GST list. Two is correct. That is option B is correct. Just check we are on the right path or not. Option B is correct. That means we are on the right path. So I hope you enjoy, you learn, and you gain some perspective from all these six topics. And also by solving the question, you revise your concept and understand its importance. So I hope you enjoy this lecture. So namaskaram. Thank you.